that camera chocolate.
Pork chop. Outtakes. We gotta keep that and put it at the end.
Hey you guys, Desmond here, and welcome back to the channel. It's Friday, so you know what that means. It's RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13, Episode 2 time. Condragulations. Now, I'm not by myself. I am joined by the wonderful LACRESHA. Say hello.
Hello.
So, we just finished watching the episode, and what are your thoughts on tonight's episode?
It was a good episode, other than some choices made at the end.
Oh yeah, there were some choices.
Some choices.
We're going to get to those choices.
Yes.
But first, let's get into tonight's episode.
We started with
off,
choices,
and we end with choices. So we started off in the good old pork chop lounge. I couldn't get that out. Loading lounge.
Loading dock.
Whatever the hell it is.
Pork chop loading dock.
And the queens have to vote out somebody right now.
Yes.
And it ended up being a tie between Utica and Elliot with 2 T's. So Rue's like, vote again, but this time you can only choose between them two.
And they chose unanimously
Elliot with 2 T's.
2 T's.
2 T's, okay?
Two T's.
And we say goodbye. And I'm glad they got her initial reaction right then.
Right.
Because, you know, it's clear that they do the confessionals like a day or two later. So at that point, she already knew that everything was going to be all right. So I'm glad they got that raw emotion right there as soon as they voted her out.
Voted her out.
Yeah, they voted her out. So it's the next morning and all the winning queens enter the workroom.
And there were choices on that.
And then RuPaul walks in. Hello, hello, hello.
Cream colored suit.
Cowboy hat, giving me
Cowboy
everything
hat.
I needed in this fantasy that I live in. I loved the suit, the hat, the boots. It was check, check, check.
Yes.
All amazing.
The trifecta.
Yes. RuPaul comes in and announces, you know what, I'm just going to throw one more queen in here. And it's Elliot with 2 T's.
And the winners are, what? They were gagged. But like, wait a minute.
And Tina's like, I sent this bitch home. What are you doing?
Wait. What happened?
Why are you here?
I'm lost.
But once RuPaul said, you know what, there's somebody I want to add back to the competition. I'm like, oh, it has to be Elliot. Which now is very clear to me that we're getting a split situation when it comes to kind of like how 12 started.
Yeah.
That's how we're getting to for this season as well, which I like because it gives us more of a chance to know these queens.
Yeah,
we get invested. Like, you know how last season Rock'em Sakura was a huge breakout star from Drag Race. I don't think she would have been if they would have just went straight into the competition.
Right.
But we had an episode where we got to know her, and then, you know, we went on into the competition, and then she was robbed. But we're going to talk about that later.
You know, after Dahlia went home.
Which was a choice of itself. But anyway, so Rue was like, well, you're back in the competition, which never was eliminated, but okay, whatever.
But, you know, just for television's sake, you had to make her feel that way.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yes. So Tina Burner is like, I think she's a mole, so I'm going to just sit right next to her.
Yes. And
keep your enemies closer.
Mm-hmm. And Rue announced at the mini challenge, we're getting a runway.
Yes.
You got to serve 2 looks. You got to serve a daytime, what did they say? Daytime?
Eleganza or something. Mm-hmm.
And then the other one was a nighttime where you just got to dress like a vampy slut.
Yes.
Period. So as they were getting ready, which it was nice seeing them getting ready. Because, you know, we usually don't see them getting ready.
I think they took their cues from Holland.
Yeah, because we got to see Holland get ready for mini challenges if it required them to leave the workroom. But yeah, that's where we discovered that they thought Elliot was a mole. And Elliot made the comment about when queens come in and start bragging about their families, they're usually the first ones to go.
Mother, daughter, sister, whomever.
And, you know, there's some truth behind it, except for the Davenports, you know, well, basically, there was like 8 of them on season 11, so it was kind of hard to send them all home early. But Honey did go home early, though.
Yeah, she did.
Honey did.
Yes.
And I was shocked Honey went home. I didn't think Honey should have went home that episode, but that's another conversation yet again. So, the runways. Mm-hmm. Who was your favorite?
My absolute positively favorite was Olivia.
Yes, there was three queens that just completely killed it.
Yes.
Olivia Lux. Oh my gosh.
Whole episode.
That day look
yes.
gave me everything I needed in this life.
That nighttime look
gave me everything I needed in this life of
that,
sin.
That fleshy little just slit that just went all the way up her
yes,
body, and I'm like, God, I wish I had a body like that.
Sickening. I loved every bit
Gag
of it.
Me out.
Gag me with a spoon, honey.
Yes.
The second one was Miss Tina Burner.
Yes.
That day look of hers, oh my goodness. And then the night look was just...
Yeah, with her running theme.
Of
her
red, yellow, and orange. We were worried about that watching the episode. I'm like, so is this what she's going to do all season?
Right. I mean, I understand your aesthetic.
Yeah, get it burned.
Get it burned. But, baby, you're going to need to...
switch it up just a little bit.
Just a little
bit. No, not
a lot. A little bit.
But we'll get to that when we get to the runway, because she did switch it up on the main stage.
Yes.
And then the other one we really enjoyed was Elliot with 2 T's.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that was amazing.
Yes.
And then I gotta give Gottmik an honorable mention.
Mm-hmm.
Those were great. Especially that Elvira slutty look she gave. Oh,
yes, with the barely visible scars.
Yes, it was just, it gave me everything I needed.
Yeah.
Everything I needed. LaLaRi was cute. Nothing to write home about.
We liked her nighttime look.
Oh, we did like the nighttime look, honey. That was everything.
Yes.
Simone, her first look gave me Bab's realness.
Yes, we liked her daytime look.
But not her nighttime. What girl was that nighttime look? I don't understand.
I guess there was supposed to be something behind it. Michelle,
I didn't catch the reference.
Michelle got something out of it. I did not.
And apparently Rue got something out of it too.
Yeah. I digress. The hair was a choice. But there's cultural references in the hair, and I got that, and I understood that.
Oh, I understood the hair. Loved the hair. It was the outfit.
But that outfit was not choices. I'm sorry, Tatiana, I have to steal your word. Choices.
And then Candy Muse just dropped the ball for me on this runway. Like, yes. I liked the first look, but it was nothing like, oh my god. And that second look, girl, what was that?
I don't know.
Like, it wasn't coming together for me.
Yes.
It wasn't coming together for me.
And, a lot of these queens, are doing this one thing that's starting to annoy me. And even if you don't want to wear a breastplate, a lot of them like to paint a chest, which I appreciate, because it adds to the illusion, but I get taken out of the illusion when there is no painting done.
The breast doesn't bother me, I guess, because, it's very popular these days not to do a breastplate or do the fake boobs or, have a boob, period.
Right.
It's just flat chested. That don't really bother me.
But,
as long as the look comes together, I can forgive there not being breasts.
Yeah, if the look looks right without it, I'm fine. But there are some looks that have come up this season so far that I'm just kind of like, that would have looked better had you contoured some titties. Because it's just chest. It's just orange chest I've seen so far.
Well, they get back to the workroom and RuPaul announces that they will be writing a verse to Condragulations.
And we find out Miss Olivia Lux plays the piano. She writes music. Say, yes, my baby is a triple threat.
Yes, they had to write their verse. They also had to choreograph a number. And I'm sorry, but Elliot was smart for what she did. Because if she would have came and be like, oh, I'm a dancer, I'm a this, I'm a that, let's do this, they would have been like, what is this child doing? She just got here. No.
Right.
Tina beat you. Apparently you don't know what you're doing.
Exactly.
So she just kind of stepped back, and then she kind of, stepped up towards the end, but not too much.
Right. And I like how she introduced the topic of, hey, maybe we could do this. Hey, Tina, go to the person who kicked you out in the first place. Tina, what do you think about this? Do you think this would be okay? Maybe we do a little this and a little bit of this? Oh, bitch, she danced. Well, why didn't you say that to begin with?
y'all not finna get me. Y'all not finna Raja O'Hare me, okay? I'm not finna come here and be like, I can dance and then fall on my face. No. Not on today.
Nah.
So when they were getting ready for the main stage, they were discussed that Elliot told the story about how he was actually voted out by the girls.
Right, and then of course everybody had to make fun of the thing. You got voted out 3 times.
Oh, we skipped over Got Mixed situation on the main stage.
During rehearsals.
During the rehearsals, because Got Mixed hasn't had the conversation about them being a non-traditional queen, being a trans man.
Right.
And it's in the lyrics of their song.
First 3 lines.
Straight off the jump. And they just kind of threw Gottmik off. And Gottmik was having a lot of gender.
So did that play out loud for them to hear? Is that
I want to say that's what it was. Like when they were rehearsal at press play, her part started. And everybody heard her lyrics. And, you know, she hasn't had a chance to explain. It was nice that Gottmik got to just a little bit. I feel like we're going to get more of Gottmik's story once all the queens are there. We got a little taste.
Right.
We got a little taste. So we get to the main stage, and the runaway theme this week was La May You Stay.
Yes.
But let's talk about that Condragulations performance first.
Okay.
I thought it was cute.
It was cute.
Like, they all did decently except for Candy.
And Olivia did wonderful.
Olivia did amazing.
Yes.
She was Beyonce, and the rest of them were Michelle's. Like, well, Elliot was Kelly. Elliot was Kelly, and then the rest of them were Michelle's.
Okay.
And it was just, they did an amazing job. Except for Candy. Oh, poor Candy. Candy dropped the ball. And that kind of shocked me because I was expecting Candy to, like, dominate this competition. And to see her kind of whoop whoop at the beginning, hopefully it's building to where she can stand back up and
just kind of go.
And just kill it. But yeah, overall their performances were cute. And then the La May You Stay looks. My favorite, hands down, was Got Mixed. Oh my god. That gold, giving this little egg shape with the head, it was just... And, you know, we saw it in the previews already, and I loved it then, too, and I love it now, and it's just... It is good. It sticks to you like grits, honey. I loved it. I loved that look. And who was your favorite for the runways?
I'm thinking.
Well, while you think, I want to give a shout out to Tina Burner because gave us the Tin Woman.
I think that might have been my favorite.
And I'm glad because we were worried about, you know, looking like McDonald's.
Ronald McDonald look.
So I was super glad that we didn't get...
That we switched it up and added a different color.
Yes.
And the hair was on point. I like the little the funnels.
I love the little heart part. The Tin Woman needs a heart.
The little opening, the rhinestone heart.
I wish it had a little bit more shape though. Like I felt like she didn't have enough shape. Like maybe if she would have cinched.
Right.
I feel like we needed just a little bit more shape. But other than that, it was a great look.
Yeah, I didn't notice that the handbag till Michelle said something.
Mm-hmm. Lala Ree's look was everything. To me, that was my second look, honey. She came out there, and like Ross said, you are a drag queen. That was amazing.
Yeah, just a little edit of the shoes.
And yes, God, the shoes, honey. Those shoes were not it. Were not it at all. Candy's, I liked her look. It was really basic, but like I was telling her, for coming in the middle of a pandemic and having very limited resources, this season, I will forgive if any of the looks are borderline basic.
But I guess none of the queens that Candy's group is in right now are from New York. Is she?
Tina is.
Well, Tina is. Okay.
But Tina is also a seamstress. Like Tina can make costumes.
Right. But
for her, she can just get fabric and go. I don't know how well Candy constructs. I imagine she probably had to reach out to people.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe we'll learn further down the line how she does when we get to the design challenge.
Right. If she makes it that far.
I still think she's going to make it far.
It's not that I'm doubting Candy in any way, shape, or form. It's just that outfit was not...
This was not a good episode for Candy.
It really wasn't.
It really wasn't.
Her outfit choices thus far have been extremely questionable. I know a lot of people are big fans of the denim
entrance look she had.
entrance look.
I didn't get
It wasn't.
I'm not sure if it's just because we're from Texas and we don't get the whole New York aesthetic, but like every review that I've watched, everyone's like, "Oh my God, Candy had the best look." I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Did you see Denali's? But I'm gonna be quiet.
Right. I just didn't. I don't understand her aesthetic. Her and Dahlia pretty much, they do have the same aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just looking through TikTok, Instagram, stuff like that. But at the same time, I think Candy needs to find her own aesthetic that fits her.
Yeah, we just gotta wait and see if that does.
If she grows any throughout this competition.
Yeah. Let's talk about Simone's look. I liked it. It was cute, but like
it was out of the box.
It was different. It was different, and I liked it. It was just the hair. It was the color. I think maybe if she would have done maybe a black or a brownish, like I don't know, but that platinum blonde just it took it away from me.
I think it was just because it was platinum blonde. If she had done honey blonde, where it complemented her skin tone a little bit better.
The platinum was just too bright compared to the red outfit that she had on.
Yeah, it was a red and yellow outfit.
You know,
it was
boxing realness.
LL Cool J, Mama said, "Knock you out." But the platinum blonde, like, I'm afraid to sound colorist, but platinum blonde does not work on her complexion.
I've seen queens her complexion who could pull off a platinum blonde. I don't think that platinum blonde worked with that outfit.
I think maybe if it had like ashy roots, maybe to seem just a little bit more realistic, maybe it would have worked a little bit better. It just needed roots. It didn't have any roots. Like it was just all the way blonde.
And I believe we discussed that. Well, we didn't discuss Olivia. I liked her from the waist up. I didn't like it from the waist down. And I get it. She was given that very vintage, old school glamour.
I got South Pacific
and
out
like,
of it.
I get it. I didn't care for it. And it wasn't my favorite. Honestly, it was my least favorite of the week.
I'm not going to say it was my least favorite.
It was
but,
my least
but that's
favorite.
because I like vintage and vamp and glamour.
Don't get me wrong. I love me some vintage, but it didn't work for me. It didn't.
Yeah. Now, but I did love, I liked the look, I loved the look, it just wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't, it didn't seem appropriate for that runway.
But we get a top 2, which means nobody's going home, and we got Olivia and Simone, which I did not agree with.
Right.
Olivia, yes. She completely slayed this episode.
The whole
Simone?
episode.
I didn't see it.
There were choices.
That was a choice. Honestly, I felt like that should have been Tina. Maybe Elliot. Maybe Elliot.
Maybe.
But I think what kept Tina out of it was during the performance, she wasn't looking at the camera. She was more looking around the stage.
Right. She was more of a stage performer than a television performer.
And you know, they pointed that out to her, but like, we're doing a TV show. You have to make sure the camera sees you. You know, your camera's your best friend. So I think that's what stopped her, and I think that's why Simone was put into the top. Because it was clear Olivia was top.
Yes.
And they lip synced to Don't Break My Heart by Dua Lipa. And I am so confused. Because Olivia snapped.
She did. She served that whole song.
Sync. I don't understand.
I don't.
And we were sitting here and we were gagged. Like, wait, what?
Both of our jobs was on the floor, across the hall, up the street.
Like, it was downstairs in her car. That's how far my jaw was. Like, it was just like, what? No. Olivia killed it.
She, from the first beat drop, she was on. It was like, when Simone was going for it, and no hate towards Simone, it was just kind of like she stood there like, okay, now how am I gonna do this?
Yeah, like it was a slow build up with Simone.
You know,
like don't get me wrong, Simone did an amazing job in that lip sync. I really enjoyed her, but that was Olivia's stage. Simone was just happy to be there.
Olivia had my attention from the jump, and it had nothing to do with any commentary that had been made earlier from the judges or anything else like that. It was just like, she was like, okay, I'm here. Watch me. And I was like, okay, I will do that. And it seemed like Simone was like, okay, but wait, I'm over here. And I wanted to pay attention to the person who was like, no, I'm here.
Like, I didn't start paying attention to Simone until the end. And Simone was turning it, but it took her to the end to turn it. When Olivia was from the beginning started, she was like, this is my stage. Don't break my heart.
Right. And, you know, she was trying to... And she gave you just about everything. She gave you singing,
gave you emotion and comedy at the same time.
Exactly.
Like, when she broke down to that fake cry, I lived.
The little half trip.
Yes, like,
the only thing that
she used the whole stage.
Yes, and the only thing that could have made it better had that LeMay skirt turned into a whole little jumpsuit. Mm-hmm. And then she just...
But then I'm glad it didn't, because then they'll be like, oh, you did that last lip sync too. Because the dress turned into...
Yeah, she did.
So part of me
would
have been like...
I didn't like.
I feel like if she would have done that, Drew would have been like, oh, again?
Right.
You just did this literally last week.
Yeah.
So let's wait to do another basic reveal. Unless it was going to be a big reveal, hold it.
Right.
Hold it.
So she played that good. She played that right.
She played it good. So I think Simone did an amazing job this episode, and she's going to be one of the confessional queens. Her and LaLaurie. Oh my God. Like, they're going to give us confessionals the whole season.
Right.
But, like, this was Olivia's episode, and I'm so confused on Simone winning.
Right.
I really hope they don't give her the Gigi edit they gave, obviously, Gigi last season, because there was a few wins Gigi didn't deserve. Like that ball challenge, but I'm going to be quiet. Because I'm recently watching season 12 again, and Nikki Doll should have won the ball challenge, but I'm going to be quiet on that. Just saying, Nikki should have won that. Gigi did great, but that was Nikki's runway. Y'all were just happy to be there. But anyway, overall, great episode. I'm thoroughly entertained. Next week, the losing queens has to do their verse to Phenomenon, which I haven't heard that song, so I'm gonna go listen to it sometime this week. But I knew Condragulations because I have that on my playlist. So I'm gonna have to go listen to Phenomenon and see what that's all about and see what they're gonna be giving. But yeah, great episode. So much fun.
Yes.
Was there anything else you want to add to that?
Olivia was robbed.
Olivia was robbed. So where can they find you on social media?
I am Krish McGill on all social media.
And I am at Simply Des on all social media platforms. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys next week for a double hitter because UK starts next week.
Yep, Thursday and Friday.
Child, I'm tired already, especially with the announcement of Australia being later this year.
And Canada's Drag Race having their season 2.
I'm going to be exhausted.
They're
I edit
casting
these
right
videos.
now.
I edit them. But anyway.
I would help if you wanted me to.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.